Hey guys, so I woke up this morning and I saw that there's a new patch on the test servers. This is the number 27, and I'm like, okay. So they're doing the Erangel loot change. That's good. Let's see how it goes. And then I open up the patch and I see all kinds of stuff. Look at this: new gun, balance changes, new pass, bug fixes, etc. So this is actually a huge patch, one of the biggest ones we've seen in the last year, I'd even say. So let's check it out. There's gonna be a lot of stuff to go through. I went through it maybe once quickly, so let's go through it together now. Okay, let's start from the new weapon, which is MP5K. Now, this is another SMG. It's going to replace Vector on Vikendi. And we don't know what this is going to be like. Probably going to be similar to a UMP in strength and just feel. At least that's my prediction, but we're going to see. We didn't really want a new SMG. I mean, who cares about SMGs? Because there's so many of them. And you only use them half of the game anyway. But sure, if they had it planned for a while, why not? It's on Vikendi, so we're never even going to test it. The next is a Survivor Pass 3 wildcard. Why is it wildcard? It's going to be 60 rewards obtained over 10-week pass duration. Improved missions, which will test player skills. I'm a bit skeptical from what we had in the previous patch. The buggy, drive 500 kilometers, drive 2 hours in Mirado. Hot drop Milta and stuff like that. I still have PTSD from those days. We'll see how this goes. It will start on the 26th of March. That means this test patch is not going to be on the test server for too long. They're going to put it on live server very, very soon. So what they improved, mission status tracking is now displayed live in game. That's cool. Daily missions change daily. Weekly missions change weekly. Is that something new? I don't think so. You can swap missions. The pass is not going to change all that much. They might change those stupid missions and put in some real ones that, I don't know, win a game mission, like a daily mission, and every day win a game. That would improve gameplay quality a lot. Trust me. So they're still not putting back the ranking system. Instead, they'll just improve their great survival title system, which, I mean, not too many people care about at this point, but whatever. They improved how you get points. They improved the reward system. And yeah, it's really nothing interesting. All right, here's the interesting part. Okay, here's the interesting part, guys. Gameplay weapon balance changes. Now, the first one, which is a pretty big one, we'll see how big it is actually, is the M16 buff. Now, M16 has been probably the worst AR for quite a while, and also the most common AR, so you kind of had to use it, but it was pretty useless, especially in burst mode. Now, they're gonna decrease the initial recoil. We're gonna have to test it out, maybe today on stream. They're gonna increase the range before damage fall off occurs. Okay, they're trying to make it more of a DMR, I guess, or to compete with DMRs, which was also why you wouldn't use M16. If you get an DMR, you just replace it. Now you can attach canted sight, which is what people wanted, sure. And you can attach tac stock to the M16. And the tac stock, listen to this. Listen to what it decreases: recoil recovery time, animation kick, weapon sway, improves ADS speed, and hip fire accuracy. So it's an all-in-one attack stock. You need to get this for M16 get the most out of it. All right, so M16 is gonna be OP. Next up, Vector is using 9mm ammo. Okay, so you're thinking, dude, are they removing 45 ACP ammo completely? Now, we'll see later that UMP is called UMP 45 and using 45s. So they're balancing around the guns. I don't know why exactly, but yeah. So the magazine capacity increased to 19 bullets by default and 33 with an extended mag. So that's a pretty significant increase from 13 to 19. I think this is going to make Vector so much more viable, especially early on. The damage has been decreased though. The damage is lower. We're going to have to see what happens with this. I don't think this is going to be too much of an issue. It is like a 10% reduction, but you still get so many more bullets. Like 33. That's pretty significant. So the UMP is now 45 ACP ammo gun. It had its capacity decreased to 25 and 35 with extended. Gunshot sounds have been changed to be more realistic. Okay. Now, they didn't change the damage of the UMP. Interesting. So this is just straight up UMP nerf, which I think it's going to be interesting to see what the casual is going to go for now that the Vector is a 9mm and it has more bullets. I think more casual players are going to go for the Vector. All right, so the Mutant has a tactical stock now. It also does the same thing as it does for M16. So they're trying to buff these in-between guns that no one uses because they're good at nothing. They're just average. Close range, average long range. I'd even say bad close range. Mutant and M16. If you remember the early days, M16 Burst was the go-to close range weapon. Now, that might sound incredible to you if you started playing a year ago or less, but in the beginning, M16 was the weapon. Okay, the burst was just insane, and they nerfed it to the ground, and now it's useless. So they're trying to bring it back up to at least being somewhat useful. Now, same with the Mutant. We'll see how that goes. So the attachments. This is really interesting, guys. The attachment balance modification. SMG and pistol attachments have been combined and now can be used on both weapon types. So they're gonna have, you're not gonna have extended pistol, extended SMG. It's gonna be the same. Now, what happens with the spawns? There's gonna be so many attachments spawned. I think they deal with it later in the notes. So we're gonna check it out. Bullet loops is now called ammo loops. And they combined the two different ones. So the shotgun bullet loops and the rifle bullet loops, they're all the same. Hollow sights can be attached to pistols. That is, I guess that's not too interesting. But the next one is a pretty big one too. Now, you might miss this one, but this is a big one. Increased SR body shot damage from 110% to 150% of base damage. Oh my god. So people were already starting to get good with M24 shots and Carnage shots and moving targets. And you would probably kill someone with 3 bullets almost guaranteed. But with 2 bullets, it was, you weren't sure if you're going to get the kill. But with this, I feel like M24... 2-shot M24 almost guaranteed that you killed the guy. That's pretty big. If it goes down from 3 shots to 2 shots on huge distances. So we'll have to see how this affects gameplay, but I feel like it's gonna affect it in a pretty tremendous way. People are just gonna be using M24 more, which is, I think, it's not too bad because DMRs were the go-to weapon for long range, especially in the pro scene. So another great change is the decreased overall aim punch, aim sway applied when being shot by an enemy. So when you get shot and you're scoping down on the enemy, your crosshair kind of bumps up. Now, this was really annoying, and it has no place in the game when you're fully equipped for it to happen. For example, in Counter-Strike, you only get aim punch when you have no armor, and here you would get aim punch all the time, especially if your armor broke. At that point, you would get even more aim punch. So this is a positive change. We'll see how much they changed it, but hopefully it's almost completely gone. I don't know what to think of this change. First aid kits will no longer heal instantly, but they're going to restore health over a 2-second period. They're going to be more like big bandages, basically. Now, is this good? Is this bad? It's hard to say. The fights might end quicker because of this. So we'll see. This is definitely a nerf. Okay, this is definitely a nerf to first aids. How it's going to affect the game? I don't know. We'll have to see. Vehicles now block players from receiving grenade damage, but not fully. Just in some situations, a vehicle can block grenade damage. Because before, whenever you got a nade close to someone, if he was behind two vehicles, he would still die from underneath and all of that. So I think this is a positive change overall. You get a bit more cover with the vehicles, and it's always great to see vehicle plays in the late game. So I like that. It might encourage more people to play with vehicles late game. All right, so now the big loot changes on Erangel. We didn't know how much they were going to buff initially. Apparently, it's going to be AR, DMR, LMG, and SMG spawn rate buff for about combined 41%. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know what combined increase means. We'll have to see how it feels. I think they need to buff it like double with the current system because it's flawed and it's extremely random. So when they make a better system that has some kind of guaranteed loot, so you don't get 10 houses with no guns, then they can reduce the amount of loot overall. But this, right now, when it's extremely random, I just feel like they need to bump it high up and just roll with that. They're addressing the merge of some attachments, and there was a gap left in the spawns, and they just bumped up all the items by a little bit to replace those attachments that are missing now. So they matched the flare guns, which is great. They removed the flare gun icon from the mini map and the world map. They removed the on-screen message indicating special care packages. Now, we saw that they were going to do that. We didn't know exactly what they were going to do with the loot balance. We're going to check it out. Okay, so the plane is now higher up. I guess that's going to reduce the volume. And you will be able to tell which plane it is. Is it a normal drop or is it a crate drop? Because this one's higher. Interesting. Will that affect how long the crate is dropping? Because you might wait extra 20-30 seconds because of this. So they reduced the spawn rate of flare guns to about 3 every game. Now that's good. That's good. So they reduced the squad care package, which is now only 1 set instead of 2 sets. In squads, you would get 2 full sets of level 3 and 2 guns. And that was freaking OP. That was just too much. Now it's going to be 1, same as solo and duo. Other than that, another great change is the total amount of drops you can get per game. You can only get 2 care packages and 2 armored UAZs. Previously was 3. Okay, so for canted sights, they added a new crosshair when you're in hip fire. So when you're aiming with canted, you have this tilted 45 degrees crosshair, which is also pretty nice. This reminds me of some other games. Wait, is this like GTA? I don't remember, but yeah. The X-shaped crosshair. So that's cool. That's a good change. Movement rustling sounds. This is something I didn't expect to see. But basically, they just balance out the sounds of equipping guns, holstering on your back, backpacks, Overall, it's not a big change, and it's not too important. We'll have to see the exact sound levels when you're fighting someone in the house and you're both sitting still and you're changing weapons and I don't know what. Not a tremendous change. So they added some billboards for the global summit that's going to be in London on Vikendi and on Sanok. Okay. I'd like to see someone Erangel and Miramar. Maybe they already are. I'm not sure, but yeah, that would be cool. So they changed the UI a bit. Nothing too big. We'll have to see how it looks on a test server today on stream. Esports mode is not correctly displayed at esports mode. Great. They just made this because people were complaining it's not esports with a capital S. So it's either esports with a capital E or just all lowercase. Guys, another replay system update. So that means if you want to record anything from your old replays, you have to do it in the next few days. They added a really nice feature to the replays. Check this out. So you can watch highlights of a certain player. So that can be either him killing people or when he gets killed or escapes the blue zone with 1 HP or wins the chicken dinner. Hey, that's pretty cool. It's gonna make it so much easier to check out certain things and find the plays you're looking for. So apparently this will increase FPS a bit. The small changes, optimizations, nothing big. Don't expect a huge change in that. Skins and items. A PUBG second anniversary cap is now available for free. Yes, guys, you can go in the game and just claim this cap. You have a month. It's not on the live servers yet, but when it goes on the live servers, you can claim this cap for free. They made some minor changes to the custom match UI. Nothing that would interest you too much. Irish language. All right, let's check out the bug fixes. So, fixed an issue where incorrect footstep sounds were made when moving on steel floors. Okay, I think I know what they're talking about. So they fixed some kind of old bugs. For example, briefly be able to see through a thin wall when leaning against it. Another great change is the fix for a single fire mode when you had default full auto, but it would still go to single for some reason. Good changes. We'll have to see how some changes play out. The M16, the Vector, the UMP, the first aid, body shot damage on SRs. Other than that, I think we're good and it's going in the right direction. It is a bit late, but it's better late than never. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't miss the live action on my stream at twitch.tv/Spreezy. See you in the next video.